Hi, how's everyone doing? I hope everyone is doing well. It is Friday. I am coming to do a collective reading for you guys. Now, as always, if you would like to watch this reading in full, you can do so over on my YouTube channel. In order to do that, just head to my TikTok profile. Under my picture, you'll see a YouTube tab. If you click that, it will literally take you directly to my YouTube channel. Now, if you're feeling extra kind and lovely today, please consider hitting that subscribe button for me, as it really does help in my channel's growth. The other thing I just want to mention really quickly before getting into the reading is that my private readings are currently open. Again, if you head to my TikTok profile, you'll see a link for Etsy. It's called the Tarot Hut. If you click that, it will take you to my Etsy page, okay? And there is a listing on there for you to be able to book a private reading in with me. Any problems, just send me a message, okay? So, what do we have here? We have the Hierophant, the Fool in reverse, and the Eight of Wands. So eight of, what's that, 9? 2, 4, 6, that's 9. We have the Nine of Wands in reverse. Bottom of the deck, we have the 10 of Wands in reverse. What is going on here? Okay. The Hierophant is speaking about, long term. This is commitment, okay? Obviously, I do love and relationship readings, okay? So I'm taking this as a commitment. The Fool being here in reverse, a commitment that didn't really take off, like it didn't go anywhere. So it's almost as if there were two people who met. There was talks of maybe, taking it further or exploring the connection further. But for some reason that never happened. The Fool being in reverse is like giving me that blockage kind of energy, right? Nine of Wands in reverse. It's as if somebody has been quite scared to communicate. But the fact it's in reverse now, it's almost as if they're at the edge of their seat wanting to communicate with you. So this could be somebody who you separated with, recently. It could even be somebody you separated from some time ago. But this is definitely linked to a connection where it just didn't go. It hit a point, it hit a certain point, and things didn't go any further. The Ten of Wands being here in reverse also is telling me that actually somebody is really just tired of feeling so down and out about this situation. Again, this is somebody who has been fearful to communicate. So someone has been fearful to come forward and communicate. But they found that all that kind of does is make them feel worse. Like they want to speak with the other person within this connection. I'm getting very masculine vibes from these energies that I have out here so far. So it could be a masculine who's been too afraid to reach out to a feminine. However, I'm seeing the energy changing, okay? So it does seem as though somebody is going to change the fact that there's no communication between the two of them. And, like I said, with the Ten of Wands being here in reverse, they're like sick and tired of just feeling down and out about the situation. They just want to talk to them. They just want to, be within their energy. Okay, we have the Five of Pentacles. Now, I've just been drawn to the Lovers at the bottom of the deck here as well. Okay. So somebody walked away from this connection, but somebody did it in quite a cold and abrupt manner. Okay, the Five of Pentacles is not for the faint-hearted. Trust me, it is quite a brutal energy. It's a brutal ending. Okay, Knight of Wands in reverse. Despite having a lot of passion for the other person, you wouldn't have thought that. So if you're the other person in this connection, okay, say that you're the feminine in this connection, right, and you were dating somebody, or things were, seemed to be, running quite smoothly between you both, and then all of a sudden, things came to an end, a very abrupt end, and you felt as though the other person, the masculine, turned really cold towards you. Almost as though like their feelings had just completely changed overnight, like they flipped a switch and it completely everything had changed, right? They had a lot of passion for you. A lot of passion. Give me one more. Give me one more, please. Okay, King of Wands, yeah. I mean, that doesn't surprise me. Okay, bottom of the deck here, we do have the Eight of Pentacles. So I am feeling very much so that there was some kind of logical reason why this masculine did pull away, why this masculine did end up, kind of abruptly leaving the connection. Okay, I do see here, the masculine holds a lot of passion. a lot of passion for the connection, a lot of passion for the feminine in the connection also. But it's almost like with this being here in reverse, it's like they had to push that right deep down, or right to like the back of their mind, because there's something about them having to work. Okay, they could have been involved in some kind of addictions here with the devil card being here. There's also an element here of, okay, wow. Ooh, there's also an element here of them having to give quite a lot of their time and energy to lots of other things. Okay, so I see a mixture here of somebody who was fighting their own demons with the devil card being here. Now this could lead to addictions. It could be drugs, alcohol abuse. It could be you know, someone's just personality overall is quite toxic. But whatever it was, this devil-like energy definitely took over. It definitely took over, because they had to take a step back to work on almost defeating this devil energy, right? But also, again, here with the Six of Pentacles being present, it's like if you were involved with somebody and you just felt as though they never made you a priority, like they constantly just gave you like a load of excuses as to why they could never show up for you or the connection, or like you just feel as though, I mean, look, this is like the perfect representation of breadcrumbing, right? If this sounds like your situation, this could very much be your reading. Okay, I see a need for this masculine to pull away. I'm just not particularly pleased or keen about the way they've done it here. Okay, when you abruptly leave a connection or a situation without communication, without giving somebody the clarity that they deserve, it's only going to cause more harm, right? It's going to cause more trauma. It's going to cause the other person to question themselves. Like, it's just not a good move. It's a bit of a dick move, to be honest. I don't see communication taking place here as to why they exited the connection. I just felt very much so, like, logically in their head, they were thinking, right, I need to, you know, just put all this to the back of my mind and concentrate at concentrate on the matter at hand here. And without really thinking about the repercussions it would have on the other person, which I feel is the feminine in this connection, okay? Now look what we also have here. We literally have 4 straight major arcanas that also came out here, okay? This connection is, I mean, this could be linked to a twin flame connection, a soulmate connection. It's a very divine spiritual connection though, okay? So both people were kind of brought together for a spiritual reason. Now, it could be that the feminine in this storyline was actually the catalyst, or, you know, the person who triggered this masculine to work on these devil-like toxic energies. And they've gone off, they've done the work, and now they're wanting to kind of reapproach the situation. But I do feel as though the feminine has probably learned something quite important here as well. I'm not really picking up on the feminine's energy here. I mean, apart from the fact that we have the High Priestess, it's very much the masculine's energy here. The High Priestess could be alluding to the fact, if you're the feminine watching this, you may have always felt as though this person was always going to return back to you, because the connection itself was just to, you know, like some connections, some relationships you just cannot question, you know, the chemistry in which you share with somebody, or the connection you share with somebody, you know, some of you just can't question. And it's like, the feminine in this particular situation always felt as though this was something very important for them. Almost like them knowing that they had to learn something. I think both people have learned a hell of a lot, and it's like both people involved in this connection, it like literally acted as, why can't I speak? God, it's Friday, isn't it? Acted as a catalyst for each other to make these changes, okay? We have the Strength and we have the Tower. Yeah, okay. This is definitely seeming like a twin flame situation, because it's almost like both people had to find the strength. I mean, this hasn't been an easy ride for either of them, I think. The Tower being here to represent the fact that I think on both sides of the spectrum, both parties had to completely tear things down in order to start building again on a much more firm, stable foundation. Okay, and if we're looking at and we're speaking of somebody, you know, I'm just going to point it to the masculine here, because we obviously saw the devil-like energy. When we see somebody who is facing addictions, or, you know, they are reliving past trauma, they're not perhaps getting the correct help they need. you know, in order to, it's quite hard to describe. How do I describe it? You know what I mean by the complete crumbling down of a situation. It's like you completely had to strip yourself of everything you've ever known, anything you've ever been told, anything you've ever been through. It's like I need to completely do a 360 here and look at this and life with a brand new set of eyes in order to be able to come back and for there to be union here. This is very much given twin flame vibes. Now, I also see here, I don't know if you guys have clocked that, the Ace of Cups. And the Ace of Cups speaks about a brand new beginning in love and romance. The cups in tarot are all about, you know, romantic feelings. It's how somebody's looking towards a romantic situation. This cup is overflowing, and this is what I mean. It's like the feelings for one another, they never dwindled. You know, situations happened. There may have been, you know, a separation here, which I can see, but the feelings never changed. The love that these two share with one another is literally so intense that nobody could fathom it, right? That's what I mean when we see the lovers energy, the twin flames, right? Okay, so what do we need to ask here? We need to clarify for a start. Okay, so tell me more about this Hierophant, please. Tell me more about this Hierophant and the Fool in reverse. I definitely feel as though these two were at one time in a relationship with one another. And it's, like I said, the Fool being here in reverse. Wow, look, Six of Wands in reverse. You guys know the Six of Wands upright is all about success. It's victory, right? It's in reverse. What is that telling you? It's telling you that this did not go the full circle. This wasn't successful. The first attempt at making this or giving this relationship a go, it didn't work. And I think because both parties, especially the masculine here, had a hell of a lot of stuff to work through. King of Swords in reverse. There's something here as well about the masculine not being in the right frame of mind or not feeling as though they were strong enough to really speak their truth here. King of Wands is in reverse. Again, it's a very masculine energy. The reason why this commitment didn't go the full hog and why it came to an abrupt end here, why it was unsuccessful is because, again, it's like, I mean, the feminine in this situation could have actually seen things in plain sight, okay? And it's a lot easier for somebody who's an outsider or somebody who's not currently going through certain things to kind of highlight or see where the problem is. Okay, so it does seem as though the feminine was, you know, very much aware of the masculine's issues, perhaps addictions, perhaps trauma that had to be worked through. But with the King of Wands being, King of Swords, sorry, being here in reverse, it's almost as if the masculine would never accept that. Like they'd never take the responsibility. They'd never take the accountability. They wouldn't speak their truth. And what you see a lot of the time with people who pretty much do that is somebody who just carries on living their life. They don't want to speak about what's happened in their past. They don't really want to think about the future. They literally just live for that moment. But what happens there where you're just living in the moment, you're not facing your trauma, you're not really thinking about the future. Years and years and years pass by, and guess what? You're still in the exact same situation. You have to face your trauma. You have to do the inner work. You have to do the healing. Okay, it does seem as though when there was a disconnect here between these two, the masculine did start doing work on themselves, because obviously we did see the Eight of Pentacles there. Tell me more about this Fool in reverse, please. Thank you. Okay, the Star and the King of Cups. Okay. It's literally what I said. It didn't take off because there needed to be healing here. Healing had to take place here. Healing past trauma, whether that is, you know, in this life, previous lifetimes. There was something that had to be healed here, okay? Now, we're getting very much masculine vibes here again. I do feel as though, and again, not trying to put the whole blame onto the masculine's energy, but I'm seeing very much so here that the masculine had the most amount of work to do. And again, it's not a competition. It's not trying to put the blame on anybody here. But this is basically what's coming out here. You can see clearly that this is very masculine energy that I have on the table here, right? Now, the King of Cups, again, is representing the fact that this masculine did hold or have very deep feelings and emotions for the feminine. But with the King of Cups has a very, what's the word I'm looking for? They're able to put that poker face on, right? You'd never know how the masculine was really feeling or even thinking. So this isn't somebody who would really openly share their emotions or share how they were feeling about the situation. This is somebody, a masculine, who would literally keep those feelings and emotions to themselves, right? Again, here with the King of Wands in reverse, so much fire here, so much passion towards the feminine, but the feminine's probably none the wiser of this. Tell me more about the Nine of Wands in reverse, please. The Nine of Wands is showing me that actually, okay, Page of Swords. This masculine's definitely been observing the feminine from afar. Definitely been observing. It could be that perhaps the masculine felt that they wanted to just kind of check in every now and again just to see what the feminine was doing. There's that Ace of Cups again. You know, whilst I go and do the work, is my feminine going to move on? Are they going to, you know, meet anybody else? Are there other suitors that want to date my feminine? The Page of Swords, again, are very much just any kind of which way to get a window into the feminine's world. They've been using that. Social media is it plays such a big part in this day and age, right? So that could be how. It could be that if you guys perhaps share mutual friends or, you know family members or stuff, it's like they've been, you know, asking, you know, have you seen them? How are they? How do they seem? Do they seem happy? You know, all that kind of stuff. The Ace of Cups being here as well. This is what I mean. The Nine of Wands in reverse is telling me that somebody, yes, has been very fearful to come forward and communicate, but they're coming out of that fearful energy now. They want to communicate with the feminine. They miss the feminine's energy. They miss having the feminine in their life. It's almost like, again, with the Knight of Wands being here, the King of Cups, all the aces, the lovers, it's like, despite how much time may have passed between these two, the feelings never dwindled, especially for the masculine. They still feel as passionately now as they did back, you know, way back when, perhaps even when the connection first began. They never checked out of this situation fully. They pretty much, you know, put the door to. They didn't fully close that door. They definitely didn't lock that door. It was almost like they had every plan and intention to return to the feminine, but I don't think they let the feminine in on that plan. Which isn't the best kind of move, right? But we see, again, the overflowing cup of love, feelings and emotions. The Four of Cups being here also at the bottom of the deck is telling me that they are actually quite scared that they've missed their chance. There's an element here of this masculine realizing or knowing the feminine's worth. They know the feminine is very sought after. They know the feminine is very attractive, because there's an element here of, why would they accept my offer? You know, I froze them out. I completely left them in the lurch, left them in the dark, in the cold. You know, I did it in such a brutal way. Why would they ever give me another chance? There's definitely fear surrounding that. Tell me more about this Five of Pentacles, please. Six of Swords in reverse. I mean, this is what I mean. You can't just, you know, just choose to ghost or walk away from a situation without really having the communication, without really giving the explanation, because it causes more pain. Okay, Death. A cycle is definitely coming to an end here. I do see a lot of happiness surrounding this connection. So I do feel as though these two are going to be coming back into some kind of union, some kind of, you know, interaction again. The Five of Pentacles is being clarified here by the Six of Swords in reverse. Now, the Six of Swords upright, if it was in the upright position, would speak about coming away from really difficult times, really difficult situations, okay? When it's in reverse, it's given that kind of opposite vibe, right? So the masculine is very much aware that not only have they completely perhaps broken the feminine's heart in the way in which they dealt with the situation, in the way in which they just completely switched off, completely froze them out. You know, imagine feeling as though, you know, you have met the love of your life. You've met somebody who you connect with, you vibe with so well. The chemistry is just insane. Like somebody who is like your lover but your best friend, right? Those types of relationships and connections are very rare. Imagine having somebody like that in your life, and then all of a sudden they just completely withdraw all of that. It's like, where's my person gone? Where's my love gone? Where's my best friend gone? It's traumatic, and I'm speaking from experience here as well. It is so traumatic, and I always link the breakup to, you know, in relationships, to that of the same feeling of having to grieve for somebody who you have lost physically. Okay, somebody who's passed. You still have the grieving process is still very much, you know, very similar. You have to grieve the loss of that person, because some people just ghost. Some people will ghost. They will refuse to communicate with you. They refuse to see you. They don't, like, literally, it's just like, I'm gone, forget me. Without any kind of thought or feeling on the repercussions it can have towards the other person. It's very selfish. It's very selfish, and it's cruel. Okay? They're aware that they caused the feminine more pain and more hurt. There could have been conversations that had taken place previously where the feminine may have opened up to this particular masculine and said, look, I've been through a really difficult time. You know, I've been through pain. I've been through hurt. I just want to be happy with the sun. And the masculine didn't bring happiness. They brought more pain. They brought more trauma. They caused a hell of a lot of hurt here. They are realizing that now more than ever. I don't know why it's taken them this long to realize actually how much hurt and pain they caused the feminine. But they're definitely seeing this now. This could be why there is more of a need to communicate, perhaps an apology, perhaps wanting to give some kind of explanation. But I kind of get the feeling here. Again, I'm not picking up on the feminine's energy. So I do feel as though the feminine perhaps has checked out of this a long time ago. Is it a little, you know, too little too late for this to come back together? The Death card being here, like I said, there's definitely a cycle that's coming to an end here. The cycle could be the ending of the disconnect in the connection. It could be a union of some kind. But that isn't to say that the feminine's going to allow this masculine back into their life in a romantic way. It could be the feminine allows the masculine to come in to speak, to explain themselves, to bring some kind of clarity, right? We don't know. Tell me more about this Knight of Wands in reverse, please. Ten of Cups in reverse. Give me one more. Six of Pentacles. There's that Six of Pentacles again. And that's clarifying that Knight of Wands energy. So somebody, the masculine in particular, who does have a lot of passionate energy towards the feminine, but decided to kind of like sink it so they didn't feel anything, so that they could really concentrate on the work that they had to do on themselves. But again, the way they dealt with it, like, was just, it was just cruel. Okay, Ten of Cups in reverse, Six of Pentacles. They decided, and here's the thing, like, the masculine, I do feel as though always held the feminine in very high regards in terms of, you know, where this relationship could go. They always felt as though, you know, this relationship could be the, you know, my happily ever after. This is definitely the perfect person for me. The feminine ticks a lot of boxes for me. I feel as though this is somebody I could learn with, somebody I could grow with, somebody I could heal with. There's also a feeling here of this is a feminine. This is somebody who I could share the rest of my life with. I could have a family with. Okay? But it's in reverse. A lot like that Knight of Wands. So they put it on hold. They put it on hold. Why? Because they were too busy dealing with everything and everyone else. We saw that already previously in the reading, didn't we? Tell me more about this King of Wands, please. High Priestess in reverse. Give me one more, please. Okay. I knew it. Wow. I knew it. The feminine's checked out. The feminine checked out a long time ago. Look, High Priestess is in reverse. Now, there was only one card here that represented the feminine's energy previously, wasn't there? towards the beginning of the reading. And, you know, that feeling and that energy that the feminine always felt as though this was always going to come back round. But if this has been like, if this was a long time ago, or the masculine really did do a number on this feminine, and the feminine literally just said, I've had enough of being treated this way, the feminine's checked out. The feminine doesn't even really think about the situation anymore. The feminine doesn't even really wish or hope or pray that this situation comes back round so that they can, you know, either gain that clarity or gain that closure. Ten of Swords. Ooh. Done. Now this is clarifying that King of Wands energy, and I do feel very much so, because obviously this is a wand, this is about verbal communication. I do feel as though the masculine does come back in, but they come back in a very different manner. Like, they come back very mature. They come back, you know, really saying all the right stuff. It's like they take accountability for the way they treated the feminine, for the fact the connection came to an abrupt end. There's an element here of them wanting to speak their truth, because we get all of those kind of messages from the King of Wands, right? But it's like, because the feminine checked out, the feminine's like, I don't need to. I don't need to hear what it is that you have to say, because this was over a long time ago. The Ten of Swords could also represent the fact that the feminine just felt or feels completely betrayed by this masculine. I get the feeling of, do you know what, you stabbed so many swords in my back that I don't even want to have you a part of my life anymore. Which is a very natural human response when somebody has wronged you and they're coming back to either apologise or want to speak to you, okay? Your first instinct for a lot of people is to, you know, push away or say, I'm not interested. And it's a defense mechanism. It's because they actually look back to how they were treated before, what hurt and pain they went through before at the hands of that person. So they're not stupid. They're not going to let you back in to do that again. And that's why I think the masculine is going to be met with that kind of stance from the feminine. Okay. But we do have the Fool here, and we have the Knight of Pentacles. So obviously the Fool is up here, but it's in reverse. So it didn't happen. But we do see here for future energy, a brand new beginning. Now, this is coming in a much more stable way. Okay, Knight of Pentacles. It's a very slow-moving knight. There's 4 knights in tarot, 2 are fast-moving, 2 are slow-moving. Knight of Pentacles is a slow-moving knight. So it's almost as if the masculine comes through and says, I know I messed up. I know I've completely betrayed you. I know that you literally do not trust me whatsoever. But I want to prove to you through my actions, through time, that you can trust me. And I do want this to go the full way. I've done the work on myself, or I've done a lot of work on myself. I can't hold back these feelings anymore. I cannot douse this passion, this fire that I have in my belly for you. I can't do it anymore. You are my queen, Queen of Pentacles. So the feminine definitely also brings about stability for this masculine. There's something particular about this feminine that the masculine looks at and thinks, this is somebody I could build with. This is somebody I could have a future with. This is somebody who I feel I can trust. This is somebody who I feel I can love and nurture and receive the same energy back, okay? If this masculine's dealt with people or situations in the past where people have been manipulative or, you know, used them in some kind of way, that could have been also an element as to why they pulled themselves back. It could have been an element of fear here. But they're definitely viewing this feminine as the Queen of Pentacles now, which is, again, it's just a very stable feminine energy. Right. I did see my battery flash up. You're like, okay, 14%. You're probably thinking, Natalie, why don't you just charge your phone before you come on and do a reading? Because I swear to God, every time I do a reading, I'm like, oh shit, the battery's going to die. But I'm on 14%, so that should be good. Right, what do I want to ask? I'm going to change. I'm going to change decks. Why does my arm look so weird when I did that? Ew. Okay, right. So we saw the masculine coming in a very with a different stance, to be honest. Very mature, very communicative as well. Taking accountability, wanting to speak their truth. I can't hold back on these feelings any longer. We see the feminine's reaction as, oh, hell no, stay away from me. I'm not going through what you've put me through previously. In fact, it could be the feminine saying, I've only just gotten over what you've done to me, or what you did to me, or what you put me through. And now you want to bring your sweet sorry ass back to me. I don't think so. But I do feel as though that is more of a just initial kind of human response and a way to kind of protect themselves. So I want to know more. That's just way too many. I want to know more about the feminine. What does the feminine choose to do? Okay. Knight of Swords, Hanged Man, yeah. Okay. So the feminine, there's that Queen of Pentacles. There she is. Oh, shit. Okay, right. Let's stop there. Okay. So we again have the Six of Swords, but this time it's upright. So an element of, let's leave the past in the past. Let's move forward. Let's come away from all of those troublesome times. Every argument we've had, every disagreement we've ever had, every bad word we've ever said to one another. Let's move forward, okay? Eight of Pentacles. This is going to take some work. This isn't going to be easy. There has been a complete betrayal of trust here. We saw that with the Ten of Swords, right? The ultimate betrayal. We saw the masculine just completely switch off and exit the connection, leaving the feminine to almost drown in their own emotions, their own feelings, right? Tower. Unexpected. I'm going to clarify these, but look, we do have the Knight of Swords, which is, again, that speaking about clarity, it's almost like when these two do actually come back into communication with each other, like verbal truth diarrhea, it's like, if ever the feminine would question the masculine's intentions or question, what was going on, they would never get it from them in the past. Like, it would always lead to an argument, or it would always lead to a disagreement in some way. But it's like now the masculine is just verbally, truthfully diarrheaing everywhere. I don't even think that diarrheaing is a word, but it is now. You see what I mean? It's like truth bombs everywhere. Truth bombs being dropped literally all over the place. Hanged Man. A different perspective, or having to look at things from a different perspective. Page of Wands. I do see that, I feel as though this is the feminine. I think the masculine stance when they come back is going to really shock the feminine. Perhaps that's why the Tower is here, because they're coming forward in a way which the feminine's never seen them like before, right? So the feminine does have to kind of just hang around, wait it out for a little while, and try and, see things from a different perspective here. There's almost like an element of the feminine where they initially first have the contact where it's like, oh, hell no. Absolutely not, you're not coming back in. But then it's like, well, actually, things have changed, or there's been a lot of growth here. What if we did revisit this connection? What if this was meant to go the full way? And, because of our own issues or our own healing that we were avoiding, we couldn't quite, we couldn't come together. So there's definitely a perspective that the feminine has to gain here. Page of Wands, the feminine does choose to take things very slowly, including communication. Because the Page of Wands is here, and it's like, I shouldn't laugh, but it's like, remember I said like that the Knight of Swords kind of gives off that energy of the masculine being like, hey, like just constantly wanting to talk, constantly wanting to make things right, constantly wanting to tell the truth about the whole situation, because I really do want to regain the feminine's trust and love again. But it's almost like the Page of Wands is here to kind of counteract that and saying, whoa, buddy, you need to slow down. We've not spoken in 6 months, 2 years, it's that kind of vibe. Chill out. Calm down. Now, again, I just want to point out the fact that for the masculine, this never ended. It never ended. For the feminine, however, the feminine did put an end to it. We also have here the Justice, we have the Ten of Cups, and then in the middle, we have the Queen of Pentacles, which is very much how the feminine is showing up in this particular reading. Here's the Ten of Cups, but this time it's upright. Justice. Does the Queen of Pentacles, the feminine involved in this connection, finally get what it is they deserve from this masculine? Give me one for the Six of Swords, please. Eight of Cups. Give me one for the Eight of Pentacles, please. Ten of Pentacles, and give me one for the Tower, please. Seven of Cups. There's that Fool again. I'm telling you now, like, look, and there. The Fool is haunting me. There is a new beginning about to take place here. The Six of Swords being clarified by the Eight of Cups. We are walking away. We are coming away from, again, any situation that happened here in the past. It's not that anyone is refusing to take accountability for that, because we can see here, or we saw previously, that there is, the masculine does come back taking a lot of accountability, for things that happened in the past. Because I do feel ultimately they were the one who abandoned the connection. Okay, but it's almost like whatever hurt was caused in the past, it's like, let's just leave it in the past. Let me show you. You can trust me. Let me show you how much I love you. Let me show you how much I adore the bones off you, right? It's a very much a I will show you kind of energy. So there's definitely a need for patience here. The Eight of Pentacles, again, being very much something that's being worked on here. What's being worked on? The future. Stability. We will take things slowly. We will work together, because the end goal is that we are together and we are abundant and we are happy and our life is positive, right? Tower is being clarified here by the Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups does speak about confusion. The Tower energy, which I felt was very much linked to the feminine's energy, the shock factor of, A, I can't believe they're actually back in my life wanting to communicate with me. B, I cannot believe the fact they've come back in such a mature way. Like, they're saying all the right things. They're showing up when they're supposed to. Like, there's a complete change in this person's whole approach to the situation, okay? So again, the confusion is coming from the feminine's energy. Do I trust this? Do I not? Should I give to this connection? Should I not? That's where the confusion lies. Now, I'm going to end this reading with some messages from my oracle decks. Now, I have here the Matters of the Heart, or Matters of the Heart oracle deck, and the Lost Love Notes. So do you know what I'm going to do? Because I'm feeling kind of frisky and it's Friday. I'm literally... I need to get out more. I'm going to mix the two, because both decks hold really, really good messages. Anyone with OCD is probably watching this thinking, what are you doing? No, don't do that. And I'm like, bitches, watch me. Oh, I definitely need to get out more. Right, is that shuffled enough? Look at that, beautiful. Look, they don't match. It's just fantastic. There we go. Okay, so let's end the reading with some messages from the masculine, please. I dream of you all the time. I wake up and I feel your energy around me. Okay, so this is definitely giving 5D vibes. Okay, what do I mean by the 5D? When we go to sleep at night, our souls do travel to different dimensions. You're probably like, what? I sound freaking crazy. Well, that's my belief. Have you heard of astral traveling? Have you heard of... I mean, there's some dreams that we have that seem so real. It's like you kind of question whether it was a dream or real life. That's what they mean when they say that we travel to another dimension. The fifth dimension, where our soul goes, it's where souls can meet. It's where souls who are, intertwined here on the earthly plane go and communicate with one another. You may not remember or acknowledge those kind of dreams. We'll call it dreams. But your your soul will. So you might wake up and not remember a goddamn thing, but there'll be something that's been placed in your mind to help you move forward, on that particular journey, okay? So it could be that perhaps these two had been meeting up in the 5D and almost helping each other move forward, you know, especially if both parties had work to do. But yeah, I dream of you all the time. I wake up and I feel your energy around me. You deserve the best. I adore you. Who's watching this and thinking they don't match? Oh, but they're both purple, so I didn't do too bad. I felt the moment I saw you. You are one of Earth's angels. I'm so scared you won't give me another chance. It eats away at me daily. I miss the taste of your kisses. Okay, you deserve the best. So obviously we saw quite a abrupt disconnect, didn't we? We saw the Eight of Pentacles, which was the masculine having to work on something. So another reason why the masculine could have just completely pulled their energy away, because they may have been realizing the impact the negative behavior was having on the feminine. So it could have been more of a, I pulled myself away because I was only doing you harm. I was only breaking your heart. I was, you know, affecting your mental health in a very negative way, and you deserve the best. Okay, I adore you, which is something I picked up on during the reading as well. The feelings that this masculine has towards this feminine, literally, you cannot even fathom. I felt the moment I saw you. So there was an instant recognition here when this masculine first initially met the feminine. You are one of Earth's angels. So they're very much viewing the feminine as somebody very pure, somebody very loving, and somebody who, well, we speak of Earth angels. When we speak of Earth angels, it's somebody, it could be masculine, it could be a feminine, who has been placed in your life and they make your life better, or they lead you to lead a better life, or they awaken you to change your perspective on the way in which you're living your life. Okay, these are Earth angels, the ones who do lovely, pure things without any other intention other than to help somebody, right? I'm so scared you won't give me another chance. It eats away at me daily. And we saw that with the Four of Cups as well. I almost get with that card as well, the Four of Cups and this particular message here, it's like the masculine is very much aware. The longer I leave it, the less chance I have at this actually coming to fruition again for me, right? The longer I leave it, the further away my feminine's getting. So we did see that need of the Nine of Wands in reverse, fearful to communicate in the past, but coming forward to do so now. We saw the Ten of Wands in reverse, which is them sick and tired of feeling this way, of feeling scared or feeling anxious that actually I may have completely blown every single chance with this feminine here, and wanting to come forward and make changes. I miss the taste of your kisses. So there's something very much linked with the taste of somebody's mouth. Isn't that lovely? I miss the taste of your kisses. It could be I miss the softness of your lips. It could be, you know, I don't know. You kiss some people and it literally takes you to another dimension, right? Sometimes you kiss people and it is like, you can tell if there's going to be chemistry between you and another person if the kiss is shit. Like, I'm sorry, but it's the truth, right? If you first kiss somebody and that kiss is shit, there's no rhythm, there's no, like, I don't know, like, you just don't connect. You know that relationship ain't for you. It's when you're kissing somebody and it's just, oh, I can't even describe it. That's when you know that somebody is really, really into you and for you as well. Okay, so I'm going to leave that there. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope it resonated. If you do enjoy my readings, like I said, please consider hitting that subscribe button for me, as it really is helping in my channel's growth. Thank you all. Again, my private readings are open, so if you'd like to book a reading with me, you can do so. Any problems, just send me a message and I will help out in any which way I can. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your Friday, and I'll speak to you soon. Take care. Bye.